here is the future of Tasmanian football on display. And I tell you what, Pez, if this is the future, it's all looking very, very good because there's some quality players on display here at the home of football, North Hobart Oval.
Yeah, look, absolutely. The talent out here is incredible. And as you said, footy's in good hands when you've got kids like these, playing in these two teams coming through. That it's a really high standard.
Absolutely is. So we hope you're enjoying the coverage here from Duff TV as we're getting ready for the second quarter. As we mentioned, in the under-14 A division, the STJFL, 3,500 kiddies running around. It is 4 15-minute quarters. And just on checking, it's we have a variation from the scoreboard to what you see, ladies and gentlemen, on your screen. We're going to go with what we've seen, Pez, because we actually thought that there was definitely one that was touched. But we certainly will check for you at half-time when we have a bit of a spell. Maybe the umpires are just waiting for some clarity. There's something on the oval, and we're just about ready to go. Oh, I see just down in that bottom side, there's a bit of paper that came on, quite a big banner. So we're just waiting for that clearance. So now we are ready to go for the second quarter in the under-14A STJFL Grand Final here at North Hobart Oval. No clear knockout. Lovely tackle was Davis wrapping the big man up. Oh. Gee whiz, paid that one. That was unfortunate. Norris, I didn't perceive, had a lot of prior, Pez, but...
No. Great tackle by the little fella, though, wasn't it? Wrap up the big ruckman.
It was a good tackle. Tries to go to spoil, can't do so. Here's Butterworth there, who can't pick up, but gets towards Borsford and just badges that one forward. Tries to give the don't argue under a fair bit of pressure. There was Chisholm, and Chisholm has been pinged for that one, and it's going to be a free kick. It's going to Preshaw. Preshaw's already got a goal, and he kicked 3 against him last time, Peasant. They want to be careful. He's very creative as this young man inside that 50-metre arc.
Yeah, great forward pressure, wasn't it? He just kept at him, and forced the error, and really good play by young Preshaw. He'd be son of either Mick or Nick, who are talented footballers.
We can see here, leaning back, goes towards the goal, and just went out towards the left. Through for the minor score. Gee whiz, grand finals can be won and lost, can't they, on those opportunities?
Oh, yeah, you have to take the most of them.
Absolutely. So it is the two Blues. Bring it back out here. Lovely long kick. It was Clarence who had the edge there, but they can't pick up the ball. It comes out to Davis, close to the line, and the boundary throw in well in shoe. We're on the Mulnoy wing. Above us, very, very high. We have got the best position in the house, in the Peter Sharp Tower in the Harry Ward room. It's on the half-back flank. Very nice work by Norris. Gets the one Duke towards it. Can't pick it up, but going back in there was Borsboom with the very long fringe. And it is Lindisfarne now. Resplendent in those lime green boots, back towards the centre-half forward position, coming out the centre-half forward. The arm goes over. I think that's a bit too high. The Clarence player showing a little bit of courage, and it's going to be a free kick there, Pez.
Yeah, good courage shown there by the young fella. Put his body in front and got the deserved free kick.
So that was Bankel. Bankel going out towards the wing.
Catch.
Gee whiz, good dukes there by Jordan Eade. He is one of the players we talked about early, Pez.
Yeah, look, that was a really great mark. The ball was, floating around. To grab it like that shows great skill. Yes, good decision, umpire, playing in front. You can't put your hand on their back like that. So, it's an undisciplined free kick, really, isn't it?
Yeah, we can see that left arm just got in the back. Yeah. It might have only been slight, but it was enough to put Jackson Devine off. And Jackson Devine now will go back and have a shot on goal. Quite blustery conditions out there, Pez.
It is swirly, and it would make it difficult for the players.
So Devine coming in. He kicks it out to the right with an expectation it's going to come back to the left. He actually judged it very nicely, tried to steer it, didn't quite kick through, and it was touched on the line. Good defending there by Clarence. Good discipline to get back with a tall player and touched it right on the line. Big long kick here by Clarence coming out, front and centre. Really nice handball worked out by the two Blues. It screws back in, rolling towards the goal, and ineffectual there. And Bankel will go back and get another kick in. Lindisfarne doing a fair bit of tacking here, Pez. Oh, I think he's just run over the line, forgot to kick it. I was about to comment on that, but of course, the eagle eye of umpire Guy didn't miss a trick.
He hasn't missed too much, this umpire, has he?
Look, he got there and just ran over the top of the line. Tried to take a bit of an advantage, so it's going to be a ball up. Up it goes. Clarence will try and defend. Lindisfarne bring it back in. That was clever play by the ruckman. Can't quite pick it up, but it was Mikowski trying to fight very, very hard in there. Umpire comes in. Oh, when those umpires circle, Pez, I get quite nervous. You're not really sure what they're going to say.
Oh.
When their arms extend out somewhat theatrically, it's Butterworth who tries to slam it in. And didn't get a really good kick, but it's enough to get it free. And Clarence now freeing that one back in towards the centre of play. Terrific work now picked up. Nice work by Goodwin, who drives it back into that centre half forward position. They got the numbers, have the Roos, fighting really hard, just pushing their way through. Big Kai Ibbott can't make it through the traffic. Snapped on goal. They're doing all the attacking here in this second stand. See this. Get out of my way. I'm coming through. I tell you what, that's a very, very nice tackle there by Oliver Davis. He was in the wrong weight division, but stopped that play. And it's Butterworth, I think, playing on ball now, Pez.
Yeah, look, they're getting him back into the game. And he's a star, isn't he? And good play by Butterworth. They certainly picked up the tempo of the last 5 minutes. The tackling's been very fierce.
Yeah, it certainly has. It's going to be a boundary throw in.
I think Clarence know now that they need to go a little bit harder, which they are. So it's a good response by Clarence.
Over the back, they have the numbers there if they can get it out there. That was a lovely tap going back in. That was Arkley Anderson. Very effective ruck work as it comes back in beside that 50 arc. Bit of pressure being put on the two Blues, but at the moment, Clarence is standing tall.
Good play by the Clarence backline. They've certainly tightened up this quarter.
Yeah, they certainly have. We're certainly going to find out a little bit about them too as they're driving in hard as Cooper Good. They've got the numbers, the two Blues, as they swivel. Hook over the left shoulder. Got an extra player back there as Clarence going back in, but it's all a sea. It's a tsunami of Lindisfarne players. They play the advantage. It's going back in, but going back, taking a very, very timely mark there is Venable. Venable out to Butterworth. Brilliant tackle.
That's a great
It's going to be holding the ball, I think, isn't it?
Oh, what's he paid?
Played as though he's held on a little bit too long there, Pez.
Ooh.
Luck's a fortune, I think, on that particular one.
Very much so.
So it's back out on that Milnoy wing yet again. It's really the crowd which is really coming somewhat vocal and getting big in numbers. It is a cracker of a game here and a lovely mark taken by Butterworth. Butterworth inadvertently in his attempt to keep that pace going has played on quickly, but it's gone over. You can see here it was held. He handballed out and maybe he paid it because he held on a little bit too long there, Pez.
Yeah, I would have play on there, definitely. Very unlucky. I'll tell you what, though, both back lines are on top. Every time Clarence go forward, Lindisfarne repelling very well, and vice versa, Clarence back line holding up firm. OK, so Tommy Burgess now goes toward the true centre-half forward position, but Clarence again through the agency there of Venable, Jamal Venable. He's been very good at centre-half back in this quarter, Pez, but it is now Alex Continenza with that golden locks, Teddy Hopkins circa 1970 style for Carlton, just gets it down towards that half-forward flank, end over end. Now let's see if they can repel one of them. It is Clarence who have the ascendancy. It gets back inboard to that danger area. It's Continenza goes onto the left boot, back to the true forward pocket. They got the numbers, the two Blues, but it sneaks over the back. Oh dear, that was Ollie Preshaw. He was like the thief in the night. He stole that one off the two Blues. Yeah, probably had a little bit more time than what he thought. He could have maybe straightened up, but it's easy sitting back here, isn't it? Yeah, well, it's the pressure of the grand final. We really appreciate we've got the four-time premiership player, Darryn Perry, here from the North Hobart Club. Oh, he's thrown him over, and tell you what, might be slight Academy Award by Ollie Davis, but it was there. Yeah, it definitely was. You can see, great mark the way he drifted in. Just slightly off balance, got pushed, and I tell you what, that is going to be now a goal to Davis, Pez. Yeah, you'd be disappointed in that. I don't know if there was a lot in it, but sometimes the umpires don't need much, do they? So you just can't afford to do that sort of stuff. Yep, whether we think it was a free or not, you cannot manhandle someone after they've taken a mark, and that is put it through. When all the play was down the other end for the two Blues, they get it inside. It was from a hard position and gave that goal up. So now I think it's 3 goals apiece, Pez. So it's a very, very tight game. Only very 1 point difference for Lindisfarne, that would be. Now they've just got, OK, we've made a mistake. Let's get back on top of it, because they've battled so hard to repel Clarence going forward. So to give an easy one away like that does hurt. Well, we'll see the psyche of this team, what they're made of. Can they answer
It is back in the centre of the ground. It's 6.5 minutes left as Continenza picks up. He's like one of the Rolls Royces. He's nice and low to the ground and he's very good below his knees. As Arkley Anderson picks up, goes backwards, and it's the two Blues. They shimmy to go back inside and they're really rolling the dice here, and they come through the centre of the North Hobart Oval. As you said, is the short way home. Direct play. They try and pick this up, get the handball over the top. It's a shot on goal. It's rolling end over end. And the two Blues, through the agency of James Foster for his third goal, have answered very quickly, and that is the sign of a team that they're up for the battle, Pez.
Wasn't that a great smother on the far wing? They went straight through the middle of the ground with quick movement, long kick. Just wonderful play by Lindisfarne. That'll give him confidence. It's
one of the first times that we've seen someone actually take the blinkers off and come back inboard. And that's what you like to see. They could have easily gone down the line. It was a dangerous kick, but they favoured the odds. And as we said, and it came back through the centre, and it really opened up the game for them, didn't it?
Yep. Great play.
Very, very good play. So Lindisfarne now with that answering goal. They're on to 4-6. And they've got a 7-point lead here in the STJFL Under-14 Grand Final at North Hobart Oval. Coming straight through from centre-half back, but it is Continenza who picks it up. He goes the bounce, he goes a second bounce. Handball over the top. They've got an opportunity to score a goal and chips it toward. And this game is really opening up now, Pezza.
Continenza, the last 7 minutes, has really dominated. Now that was great play, running through the middle of the ground. Gave it to the best option. He could have blasted, but used his vision, gave a nice handball out, and now that's a great play. He's on fire, Continenza. They probably want someone to run with him for just a few minutes to quiet him down, because he's keeping Clarence well into the game.
And great finish there by Noah Howard. You can see the handball over the top. He drew the player and then he was able to drop off the back and then slipped it through for a goal. And that's just the answer, what we've seen here. So we're back to a 1-point ball game, Pezza. It is 4-6, Lindisfarne 30 to 4-5, 29.